Okay, so good morning everyone. So today we have the goal setting and habit building. And of course, this is prepared by Sheridan Cardoso Sueto. So everybody must listen to the discussion. It's because as we go along in the process of learning, you will be encounter a lot of questions, a various of questions or queries related to your goal setting and habit building. So everybody must listen. That's what I've said. So here is my picture at the screen, and of course, my position as a teacher for this afternoon nor morning. Okay, so we have the objectives. So at the end of the 10 minutes discussions, the learners will able to know about the strategies that you're setting, determine the perseverance of positive behavior, and of course the practice of importance or the determination. So as to what you can see in the screen, we have the motivation part. So what comes into your mind once you see the picture or these words every day? So we have picture number one, set your mind for success. Then picture number two, we have the don't ever stop until you reach your goal. And number three is wake up every day with purpose, with goals, with intention to be better. Okay, so your answers are all correct. So when we encounter these letters or these words, this is this means this is for our what objectives in life or our perseverance. Very good. Okay, we have the goal set up or setting. Number one, we have the short term and long term. When you talk about short term, this is refers to our what? When you talk about short term, this is refers to a plan that could probably duration for 1 week or 1 month. For example, if your parents give you 5 pesos a day and you will save that in order for you to buy a phone. So what is your purpose where you are saving the 5 pesos every day given by your parents? It's because you have a plan to have phone after 6 months probably. That is what we call short term. And the example of long term is we will going undergo process or we will undergo probably 4 years or a year before we can reach that goal. For example, if you want to be a teacher, you cannot teach unless you will not study the 4 year course in education, and that is what they call long term process. Follow? So, for example, for businessman or entrepreneurship, you cannot reach entrepreneur. You cannot go into, um, shall we say, business banking if you will not go, or if you will not study 4 years in accountancy or 4 years in marketing. Did you follow? Those are one of the example of long-term and short-term goal or setup. Okay. Set goals and that are specific and are compelling. So when you talk about that, you should be determined and highest our value and be compelled. So let us be determined, let us be objective. Okay. So if you have that goal, so you should be careful at the same time. Okay? So when you have a long-term goal, so your goal should be specific and it should not be shaking. Okay? It should be a strongest foundation. So another goal is highest to our value of our priority. Okay? Sometimes we want something. Okay? We want to buy these things, but we have a priority. Okay? When you have or when you are planning to buy a car, then you have to save money for a couple or a years from your salary. Okay, so of course we have the action plan. If you have a goal, you should take actions. Because how can you reach your goal if you don't action? Okay. For example, if you want to eat mang inasal in for let's say in a Sunday, you came from church, and then how can you eat that one if if you don't take an action, if you have money every day but you don't save, you don't put something in the wallet, then how can you eat mang inasal chicken at the rich or in the Sunday or the coming Sunday, whatever day you want to? Follow? Okay. So in action plan, we have the commitment, the last for the goal set up or settings. Then proceed by, you should be committed of your goal. Because if you are not committed of your goal, there might be a probability that you will be failed. So failure can happen anytime if you have determination, if you had commitment, your ambition, if you don't have an action plan of your ambition. You want to be a teacher someday, but what you did, you are not studying. You are just asleep every night. You did not read the book, you did not study and everything. So that is not what they call commitment. So when you talk about commitment, this is refers to your responsibility as a student or as a what? Learner. Follow? Okay, so next slide we have the habit building or the positive side. So this time it refers to our behavior. That habit building is very important for us to have a determination to reach the objectives. So number two, we have to invest yourself for your future. Why you want to be a teacher? For your better future. Why you want to be a businessman? To have a better future. Okay, I was just going to ask you, if you are manicurista, if you are just in the parlor, if you are just in the haircut or a barber, you have also a brighter future. But it's up to you on how you handle the income, on how you handle the financial management. If you are planning a house and then you are just a manicurista or a barber, so probably you can have that house but a couple of years, not 1 year or 2 years. Because you still have a lot of considerations for your food, for the children, and for your friends, and so on. Okay? So, number three, we have the conquer all the challenges. Fight for all for one. Okay? Then fourth is the change the bad habit into good habit. If you spend too much, do please try to reduce the budget expenses so that you can save the money. Follow? And the last is celebrate your success. So every time, even a short term or a long term, that is your success, it's because of your determination. So this goal set up or the habit building have two connections because if one will fail, your ambition or your positive building will shaking and can be fall into the ground. Okay, so we have here the application. So I was just going to ask you this time now, since this is a video recording. Thank you so much and good morning, everyone.